He said his data was too sensitive for any of this. So he asked, how is he supposed to use AI at all? During our last 10x shift workshop, someone stopped us with a very simple question, which was kind of like a cautious question, but it was a bit of a wall, actually. He said his data was too sensitive for any of this. Customer records, financials, things he could not afford to get wrong. So he asked, how is he supposed to use AI at all if that is the case? And it's the most reasonable objection you could ask for. And it's the one that's causing a lot of problems and stopping a lot of companies right now. Quick thing before I get into this, if the honest answer to your data is, I don't actually know, we've built something for exactly this. It's called the garage test. 7 questions, 90 seconds, and it scores you on how exposed you are right now and how do you navigate data. Link is in the description below. Let's get back into it. So here's where people freeze where they talk about data. They hear AI and they picture the most sensitive data leaving the room. Customer records, patient files, financials, contracts, the stuff that would kind of cause major damage if it leaked. And they say the sentence, it's not secure. And everybody in the room nods because it sounds responsible. It sounds like adult in the room talking. But watch what the sentence actually does. It ends the conversation. No workflow gets built. No experiment gets run. Nothing moves. And here's the uncomfortable part. Saying it's not secure is the most respectable weapon in the immune system of your organization. It doesn't look like resistance. It looks like diligence. But the project dies politely on safety grounds, and everybody feels like they made the right and very careful choice. So let me reframe this whole thing. You're asking, is my data safe with AI? But that's the wrong question. The real question is my data safe right now where it already lives? Because your sensitive data is not sitting in a vault locked behind a key. It's in email threads, it's in Slack, it's in shared spreadsheets, it's on somebody's laptop in an airplane lounge. It's in a legacy system nobody's patched up in 3 years. It's in a folder that half the company can open and nobody remembers granting access to, where employees who've left still have access. That's your baseline. That's the thing that you're comparing against. It's not perfection. You're comparing this hot mess that's been built up over years. And every company, let's be honest, has that mess. And here's the point that breaks the logjam. Safety is an architectural decision. It's not an AI decision. The danger is never the intelligence. The danger is in a system with no boundaries, no controls, no clarity about what lives where and who can reach it. You can build AI into that mess and make it worse, or you can design the boundary first and make it dramatically better than what you have today. If you do it properly, an AI native workflow will be much more secure than the sprawl you're protecting so carefully right now and what the immune system is so carefully guarding. Because for the first time, somebody actually had to design where the data goes. The riskiest place that your data lives is the place that you stop questioning. Okay. So how do you actually do this? You have to do 3 things. First, do not start with your crown jewels. Okay. Nobody's first workflow should be patient records or payroll. My favorite comment when we were doing a sprint with Procter and Gamble was, you don't want disruptive innovation in payroll. You just want that to work. So that should not be first. Pick a workflow where it's low stakes data, lead qualification, internal reporting, a support queue with nothing regulated in it. You're not solving your hardest data problem. You're building the muscle for something safe so that when you get to the sensitive stuff, you know the routine, you know how the controls work. Second thing you do is you learn the difference between sending your data away and keeping it inside your own boundary. This is the part that almost nobody understands, and it's where the fear comes from. You don't have to pour your data into a public model that learns from it. There are no deployment models where your data stays inside your environment. It's not used for training it, and it doesn't leave the walls that you control. Because that's not a loophole, it's actually the standard enterprise setup. Okay. The version that people are scared of, where you paste secrets into a public chatbot, is one option, but it's not the only one. And for sensitive work, it's not the only one. Third thing, classify before you connect. Before any workflow touches AI, you answer 3 questions. What data does this actually need to see? Where is that data allowed to go? And who's accountable when it goes wrong? Most companies don't answer those questions for the system they're building. They're wedging in AI into legacy systems where those questions aren't answered at all. Answering them once forces a level of safety that your old setup didn't even have. This is exactly what we do live in our 10x shift workshops. We go through this with all of our folks once a month. Now, the question I always get next is somebody always asks which tool is the safe one. Should I use this platform, that platform? Is it the one that our industry already trusts, etc.? And I understand why that feels like a big decision, but it is not. The platform is a detail. If your architecture is right, when you've decided what data goes where and who owns it, you can design from one tool to the other tool with a bit of rework. And we've done that more than once. The tool becomes secondary. The architecture is primary. Because if your architecture is wrong, no tool can save you. The most certified, most compliant platform on earth will still leak if you hand it the data that it never needed and if it has access that nobody is watching. So don't let the tool question become one more reason to wait. Pick one that's reputable and standard and get started with a boring workflow with non-critical, mission-critical data. Okay. The boundary becomes the asset. The tool is just where it runs. Now, let's be very honest because there's a way to take this too far. I'm not telling you there's no risk because there is. Some data should not go near certain systems, full stop. Some of you operate under various rules that are not suggestions, that you have regulatory issues, etc. You need real governance, real controls, a human being who's accountable if it goes wrong. This is not a license to be reckless. The point is not that safety doesn't matter. The point is the opposite. Safety matters so much you can't just fake it and or ignore it, which is what's happening today. Because it's not secure, that's a permanent veto. It's not safety. It's avoiding wearing safety's clothes or encumbrances. While you do nothing, your data is sitting in the same exposed, unquestionable mess. And your competitors, AI native companies, keep learning. So here's what I would do before you touch a single tool. Go take the garage test. It's 7 questions. It's free. And it shows how exposed you are right now. Go do that with your data included. How exposed are you? You'll get to get a clear score. You'll understand what your 2 weakest points are. And workflow to build first will come out of that. The question of if my data is too sensitive has been the reason that you've not started. This test turns that fear into a number you can actually work with. The link is below. Go figure out where the garage gets in. That's the shift. Let us know what you think in the comments. We actively read them and it helps us shape future content around what you find valuable. Please like the video and subscribe to support the channel.